Real or fake? The answer to the question right here at the Sharpest Edge in a moment.
You got the sharpest edges I've ever.
And what is up, knife community? This is Blade Love coming at you from the Sharpest Edge, and you are with me in the man cave. And if you answered or commented on the last video which pics were fake and which were authentic, they were all fakes. Every single one of them. And the top box in the picture, the one that's all crunched up, is the fake. So let's check this one out. So I'm gonna set the original by the side for a moment, and let's take a look at the ZT clone. Shout out to Peterbilt Knife Guy. We talked a lot about these clones, and he knows his shit, so check out his channel. He's really cool, so check it out. And the box is even designed to mimic exactly the ZT box. It's even packed like ZT packs their blades, and I was astonished. The quality of the sheath, Peterbilt Knife Guy, you were not kidding in your review. This thing is so damn close to the original. Unless you know what you're doing and you know the looks, you ain't gonna know the difference. And this thing is sharp as hell. And it is slightly heavier than the original. That's one thing I was talking to Peterbilt Knife Guy about. He wasn't sure if it felt heavier. Definitely I'm feeling D2, brother. Definitely. The way they slathered the oil onto it and the way the blade feels. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's D2. But what an incredible copy. I mean, it is down to the rounded edges. The hill, I'm going to put a side-by-side comparison of these two, but check out this musical montage real quick, and we'll get to the side-by-side comparison next.
See, I'm finna go beast mode, and the rest of them know how I'm rocking, they know how I pop it, they say I'm a cheat code. The king of the monsters, the biggest, they know they in trouble when I get in feast mode. Really been on this world for some years, everybody want war, but can't take what I give. Better watch you safe when you get what you fear, I'm the biggest wherever it's up, cause I'm here. On the island, I'm wild enough, think that I'm hiding every time I come out and get hit. I'm the king of the jungle, the island, everywhere that I step, you know I get respect. Think you better than me, then let's check it out. You ain't built for the fight, better exit now. Got that fossil, come on with the beef, only us at the table, can't eat what we eat. I'm a villain, somehow I'm still saving the street. Supernatural, so you can't compete. I done did all the work, people steps in the street. I done come from the south.
Just looking at the boxes, they look so similar, but there are definite differences. The top box is a little darker colored, and actually, I believe it is slightly smaller. It is, just by a hair. And it's just a hair shorter as well. Definitely the top box is darker, and the bottom box, which is the original, is lighter. So besides this clone taking 30 days to get here, it was definitely worth the wait, but boy, did it take a beating coming through the USPS. I don't know whether it was the Chinese customs or the US customs or the USPS that really did a number to the box, but hey, whatever. And what really freaked me out is I was having a really bad week as it was. So I get this at my mailbox. I'm thinking, oh, great. The thing's going to be busted up, screwed up, and whatever. I go to open the box, and this white powder goes down on my desk here, And I'm thinking, that'd be the greatest way to end anthrax from China. Thank you very much. Or some COVID supplement or something. Who knows? But I was like, Jesus. And then a packet fell out and it was the desiccant. So it's all good. But anyhow, let's get to that side-by-side comparison. On the left is the original. On the right is the replica. Now, on the original, there's a more pronounced drain hole, a more pronounced ZT logo, a larger and taller portion of the sheath, and a black button. On this one, the replica, a smaller pronounced drain hole, a very light engraving of the ZT, a small, simple clip in there, and a silver-esque button. That's the first thing I saw. Let's flip these guys over. Original on the left, replica on the right. There's the drain hole. And the fastener with 2 rivets and the material. And the replica, drain hole. A different kind of attachment. And the material. Honestly, crazy enough, Peterbilt Knife Guy said about the replicated sheath being better than the original. And I have to kind of agree with him because the original here has a little movement in it when you shake it. This one locks straight in, so who knew? So again, original on the left, replica on the right. The replica seems to be a tad longer. Everything's good there. The markings seem to be more pronounced, like silverish. The hilt is a tad thinner. The screws for the handle have a smaller diameter tooling in them, and also they're shinier than the original here. As you can see, the original hilt is also thicker, like I said. The handles are pretty decently same, but the right one, the replicated one, seems to be a little darker green than the original. And of course, it's a little shorter up here as well at the butt cap, and the butt cap is not as well finished on the right, on the replicated version. Let's flip them over and check it out. Original on the left, replica on right, and actually after I aligned the hilts together, the replica is a tad shorter actually. My apologies for that. But you can see the original fit and finish is much, much cleaner than the replica. Original on the left, replica on right, and they are so damn close. I mean, the left is a little thicker material. Actually, no. The replicated one is thicker. I'm sorry. Boy, I'm just eyeballing this way too much. And here on the original is the fitment. And the replicated version has a little more spacing than the original. But everything is so close. Just boggles the mind. It's a great replica. And here's the primary difference. The one on the left is like $300 and some. The one on the right is like $40. The one on the left comes in whenever you specify the shipment to come in. The one on the right comes in 30 plus days. So yeah, for a person who wants a knife to look like the ZT and can't afford it, it's a great option. For a collector, you want the original.
And what's even more astounding is the incredible sharpness of these things. I mean, super razor sharp. And since the box won't be going back into circulation, look at that. Fine cut. Just absolutely amazing. Now, I have no problem with it being D2 steel, even though it says CPM 3V, which I know it's not. D2 steel is just fine with me for a standard carry knife, and you know what? You're getting a $300 package here for 40 bucks. So I can't complain. The only thing I wish, like I said in prior videos, is that they wouldn't have tried to make it say ZT with the CPM 3V steel and such, but I'm going to be marking the blade to make sure that it's marked fake or replicated. And it'll become part of my carry when I don't want to take my original out, because it'll save me a lot of money if this ever gets destroyed. But I'm sure it won't, because the other one is doing fantastically well. So I'll be back in a few moments with some final thoughts. It truly is funny, not funny haha, but funny as ironic, that our knife makers here in the United States don't see that they're slitting their own throats when they go for manufacturing products overseas. Now, there is no way to stop a replicator company or country from obtaining a knife, okay? But I don't have any sympathy for these knife makers that send their products to China, because there is no copyright or trademark law, and once you submit it, it belongs to the People's Republic, which means it belongs to everybody, all of China. So anyone can get the plans. So they're producing a decent product, and don't fool yourselves. This may be D2 steel, but there are companies from the United States shipping over decent steel, and don't you think that they have scraps left over of better grade steels that we have shipped them? Because you're not going to ship the steel back or the scraps back. It's too costly. So let's not fool ourselves. They're well on their way of creating decent product, and they are well on their way of creating decent knives. And one of the biggest problems I see in the knife community right now are the price points of knives. I mean, I'm seeing basic folders at $400 and $500. Come on, people. I'm sorry. M390 or not. A mortgage payment. A knife is not worth a mortgage payment. And everybody deserves a good blade. So cut the shit and make a quality product for a decent price. I mean, when a little pry bar I saw on Amazon was going for $395 because it was handmade. Christ, I can go into my shop and pull out bar stock and make a pry bar, and it will take me all but 5 minutes, and maybe have $20 into it. You know, I'm sorry, you know, I don't care if they're a cult following, a name like Hinder, whatever. A name doesn't make it quality, and a name doesn't make it go higher than a mortgage payment. I mean, some people out there have got to realize in the manufacturing world that A, you need to create a competitive product for the market, or you're going to go out of business. B, you need to price your product competitively, or you're going to go out of business. C, if you don't, replicator companies and countries will surely put you out of business. Now, ZT has no fear of going out of business because, but this can hurt their sales because people don't want to pay the $300 price tag for the American version when they can pay $40 for the Amazon China version. And that's just the harsh truth of reality. And once manufacturers start bringing back materials being made in our country, machinists in our country, assembly in our country, heat treatment in our country, you will see more business opportunities, more competition, prices will naturally drop from that, and things will be more reasonable when it says made in the USA. But for now, everybody wants to make their buck. Short-term buck, make it big, have your expensive house, your cars, your everything like that, until you realize that you choked your own fan base and your people base, and now they can't afford it because the economy's sucking out. That's what I mean by slitting your own throat. I've been in the industry for 50 years. I had my own business for 25 years. The only reason my business went down was because my health went down. It was thriving and successful, but I couldn't handle it anymore. So now I do these reviews for fun, and I try to warn people. I try to warn people how great these great replicas these countries are making, and believe me, they're going to get better steels. And when they do, you're in real trouble. It's time to start waking up, manufacturers in the United States. Wake up, because you're riding the wave right now of cult and partisan people that just, are buying because of the name. But it ain't going to last too long in this economy. It just can't. It'll eventually bottom out. That's why stores are closing, businesses are closing. Businesses are open less hours, fewer employees. There's signs on the market. You got to get smart and get with the times. Produce a product that's decent, cost-effective, and is great price for the consumer. Try to bring everything into the United States. Manufacturing, heat treatment, everything, materials. Drive the competition. Competition goes wild, prices go down, stabilize, and reasonable prices for knives will be seen again. All right, and then there will be no market for these. So I'm going to step off my soapbox now. This has been Blade Love from the Sharpest Edge. Thank you for joining me in the man cave. And especially, folks, please be good to yourselves. Most of all, be good to one another, because it's rough out there, and we all need a little help. Out for now.
You got the sharpest edges I've ever seen.